What is good, everyone? Welcome to the Behavior Birthday Bash. We've got a lit set of events for you guys tonight. I'm super excited to share everything with y'all. How are you guys doing? Thanks for all of the birthday well wishes. I appreciate you all. It's just crazy, like where we were last year and how much we have progressed. Like last year, we didn't have the app, we didn't have our fluency package, we only had 2 Beat the Beast mocks, we didn't have the Beastslayer course, did not exist. But here we are a year later. So much has happened, and there's so much more that's gonna happen in the next year. we've got We've got Rhiannon in chat. Just wanted to stop by and say happy birthday. And number 2, she passed her exam today. That is what's up. I love to see it. Thanks for everybody being here. Idiana, yeah, my 25th birthday for sure. Yes, that's so funny. We've got Katie Michalski also just passed her exam today. We got 2 new BCBAs in the house. I love to see it. Congratulations. Oh yeah, Heather 398 today. You're so freaking close. Oh my God. Crazy, crazy. All right, well, we've got a lot to get to today. So, couple things going on. First of all, if you haven't smashed the like button on this video, I mean, it's my motherfucking birthday. What are you doing? Hit that like button. Also, we're going to start off with a couple announcements, and then I'm going to be bringing some students on the stream with me. They're going to be on a Zoom call, and they're going to be on stream, and we're going to do some personalized one-on-one time, or like one-on-one with the audience, I guess. So that's gonna be really fun. We've got, I think, 6 or 7 people coming on, and they've got a good assortment of topics. Some topics that we haven't even talked about before. Some, like, I don't even think we've talked about on, like, even in Beastslayer course, or we only hit on it like a little bit in Beastslayer course. So I'm excited for that. Thanks for being here, everybody. We've already got a huge audience, and I'm so glad to see that because, like I said, I've got some special stuff cooking up here. So why don't we get into that first? So first of all, welcome to the Behavior Birthday Bash. I'm so glad that you're here celebrating with me and ready to get nerdy. And like I said, we got a couple cool announcements. So first announcement is that our Black Friday sale, I know a lot of y'all have been asking about this. Our Black Friday sale it's now live right now. You can go on to understandingbehavior.shop, and our Black Friday sale is live right now. It's going to be live for this week. So if you've been waiting to purchase any Understanding Behavior products, now is the best time. You can go to understandingbehavior.shop and get the best deals possible that we'll offer on this stuff. So we've got our Beastslayer course for $275. Amazing deal. That's like less than it costs to take the exam, and you can just like pass. We've got our complete beast mode bundle. Comes with $614 worth of products. Now it's only $425. And we've got all of our mocks on sale. You can get any of the Beat the Beast mocks for $40. If you want the mini mocks, they're down to $79. And if you want to purchase the whole Super Ultimate Mock Bundle, it's on sale this week only for $159. I'm not going to tell this to everybody. I'll tell it to you guys because you guys are cool and you're here. But these prices, they're the base prices on our on all of these products, but you can also use the code UBNerd and get another 10% off. So kind of crazy. Really good deals. That's gonna bring this Beastslayer course down to less than $250. It's gonna bring the Beast Mode bundle down to like let me do some math, like $380 or something. And the Super Ultimate Mock bundle is gonna be like, I don't know, do some math, like 145 or something. Something like that. So I'm not going to share that with everybody, but I'm going to share it with you guys because you're awesome and thank you for being here. So if you want to get the best deals, add that code UBNerd and you'll get discounts on discounts, which is crazy. Yes, country girl, thinking about the 275 course. Do it. It's we're never gonna get a better deal on it, and I promise you, it's worth the time. It's and your money. It costs like less than it takes to take the exam. So if it saves you one attempt of taking the exam, then sweet, you just paid yourself back. So that was our first announcement. But wait, there is another announcement. Yeah, the mini mocks are down to $79. And again, all of these are on the shop right now. Let me just show you guys what the shop looks like. So yeah, if you go here, you're gonna get a nice little pop-up that's like, whoa, we got a Black Friday sale. Again, no coupon necessary for any of these. The sale will go until end of day Monday, so we'll stay alive for Cyber Monday too. But yeah, you can go on the shop. These are the prices right now. These prices aren't going to last forever, so if you've been thinking about any of these products, now is the time for them. We're not going to offer any better deals, so go get them. All right, so that is our first announcement, is the Black Friday sale is live. You can find those things on understandingbehavior.shop. But wait, there's more. We're doing something really special. So, something that I've never done before at Understanding Behavior. So are you guys ready? You guys feeling ready for this? Here, let me hear you guys. Are you guys ready? I don't know if you're ready for this. If you haven't yet, make sure you hit like on the video. I don't think you guys are ready for this. Okay, so some of you guys are ready. Some of you guys are ready. We'll see if you're actually ready. So we're doing a special giveaway. And again, this is a giveaway that we've never done before at Understanding Behavior. Like, we've given away a lot of stuff. I think if I had to tally up like how much we've given away, it's probably like $15,000 worth of study exam products or something. But we've never given this away though. So every day this week, there's gonna be a giveaway, and that includes tonight. So for the very first time, I'm giving away one-on-one tutoring sessions with me. And it's not just one one-on-one tutoring session. I'm gonna be giving away 6 of them. Whoa, crazy. So 6 one-hour tutoring sessions. Honestly, I've been feeling like I want to spend some more time one-on-one with you guys, and I thought this would be a really cool way to do it, to kind of merge it with our Black Friday and our birthday bash to make this super hype. All right, I'm feeling the hype in chat now. Hell yeah. So I'm giving away 6 of them, and they're going to be every day this week, including tonight. So let's talk about real quick, how do you win? Here, we'll go over some rules real quick. So here's the giveaway rules. I meant to do these one by one. Anyway, here's the rules. So any purchase during this Black Friday week, so it's going to be, for this giveaway, it's going to be Tuesday through Sunday. We're not going to do Monday. This is going to enter you into a daily raffle for this. Winner will be selected the following afternoon. We'll email you. You instead of, like, if you're broke and you don't, or if you like already have all our stuff and you still want to participate, you totally can. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the link to the Google form right now. So take a second and go ahead and fill this out. So no purchase is actually necessary to get into these giveaways. But if you do purchase something from the store, you're going to be automatically enrolled into this giveaway every day. We're going to do max one tutoring session per person. So if you win tonight, then you can't win for the rest of the week. All the details are in this form. So again, you automatically get entered in if you purchase anything during these days. And And again, you don't necessarily need to purchase anything if you just fill out this form. It looks like a lot of you guys are filling out this form already. We got 23 in here. So all you have to do is fill out this form, and it's really simple. Just put your email and your name and say like, yeah, I want to receive marketing emails. And we'll enroll you into this giveaway. So if you're like, oh dang, I just purchased something yesterday, why don't I get this opportunity? It's like, you still do. So so go fill out that form. And if one thing that would really help me out tonight, guys, is if you could just keep spamming this link throughout the chat, so people keep seeing the form. And as a special thing for our, well, sorry, I'll let the slides speak first. So, the beast part, you get it? Beast? The beast part, we'll be selecting a winner tonight before the raffle goes public anywhere else. So thank you for being here for the Behavior Birthday Bash. If you're here, fill out that form, and at the end of this stream, we'll be giving away the first tutoring session before anybody gets a chance for it. Tomorrow, I'll be sending out an email, and then the links will be on the shop. So go ahead and check out the shop to get the latest links so you can participate. And you can participate every day. So keep playing until you win. And yeah, it's going to be lit. So those are the big announcements today. I'm excited. I'm just excited to hang out with you guys. It's been a long time since I've done when I went tutoring. But I've literally done like thousands of tutoring sessions with with students. So I'm excited to get back into it. And again, this is just my way to give back to the community, and you guys are awesome. So thanks for being here. Thanks for celebrating with me. And yeah. Okay, well, I took a while to get set up and get our spiel going. So what we have tonight is we are bringing in 7 different students. They've all selected some topics that they want to talk about. It looks like I've got Angelica here in my Zoom waiting room. So we're going to begin the Behavior Birthday Bash, and we're going to talk, we're going to do some one-on-one time with some students, and let's bring Angelica on, who wants to talk about measurement. So for tonight, what I'll do is I'm going to be typing up a bunch of notes during this presentation. If you submit the form for the first giveaway, we'll also send you these notes after the stream. So another bonus perk of being here. Let's bring Angelica on. All right, it might take me a second to get all my screen set up and stuff, but we're bringing on Angelica. Hey, how are you, Angelica?
Good, and you?
Good. Can you mute the stream on your end, and then we'll chat on Zoom?
Yes.
All right, sweet. So yeah, you won't be able to see my face on Zoom because Zoom doesn't like me having 2 cameras live, but
how dare them?
I know. Those bastards. But yeah, what's your initial thoughts on the announcements tonight?
Oh, beautiful. I definitely need the one-on-one with you. Just saying.
Well, you're lucky you get the one-on-one right now.
Yeah, but it's only for 15 minutes.
I know. Well, maybe you'll be lucky with the next one too.
Okay.
Fair. How's the sound, guys? Are you getting any feedback? I'm trying to get these through my headphones, but it's not working. Oh, that's why I'm not plugged in. That'll do it. Sorry, Angelica, be the first one. Getting my shit set off here.
It's okay.
Okay. I think I got it, but it's not clicking. So hopefully it'll be good enough. I just have to not move. Can you say something one more time?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay. I think I got it. We'll see. Hopefully it works. All right. So yeah, you wanted to talk about some measurement scenarios, huh?
Yes. I actually bought the Beastslayer, and I still can't get it right.
For sure. It's tough, for sure. So do you remember, what are the 2 most important things to think about in our measurement scenarios? Do you remember from the Beastslayer course? Ooh, I know. I put you on the spot here.
The behavior?
What's that?
The behavior?
Yeah, what about the behavior?
Which is like the best measurement for the behavior? What are we looking at?
Ooh, yeah, there you go. Now you're on it. Heck yeah. So yeah, do you remember what that term is called?
Ooh, no.
Is it measurement, or sorry, is it accuracy, validity, or reliability?
Um, Accuracy,
Not accuracy.
validity.
Yeah, this one is going to be validity for sure. So, thinking about measurement validity is our main thing we want to think about. And the question that we want to ask is like, does this measurement system capture something relevant that we want to change?
Okay.
So, and then there's one more thing that we need to consider, and I'm going to send you these notes, so don't worry about taking notes right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for sure. So there was one more thing that we need to consider when we're choosing our measurement system. Do you recall that from Beastslayer?
No.
That's okay. So that's going to be can the data collector reasonably take accurate data given their other responsibilities?
Kind of sort of like IOA, making sure they're in the right measurement.
Not necessarily. So we want to just say we want to make sure like that they can feasibly do the job. Like, do they have the time and do they have like the attention capacity to be able to do it?
Okay.
So let's go over like a couple like quick little scenarios.
Yeah.
So let's say that we want to let's just make a new chart here for like examples. So let's say we want to measure like spontaneous vocalizations throughout the day, and we have a one-on-one RBT going on it.
Okay. We want to use frequency count.
Good. Yeah. Why frequency?
Because we're trying to count how many spontaneous, was it tax?
Yeah. Or just spontaneous vocalizations.
Yeah, vocalizations. We just want to see how many throughout the day.
Good. Yeah. So it captures what we want to capture, which is like that total number of vocalizations.
Yes.
And we also have the ability to do it. So like one-on-one RBT can pay full attention to collecting this data.
That is true. Yes.
Yeah. What do you think about rate here? Would rate be cool?
If there's maybe a 2-hour session.
Okay, if it's a 2-hour session?
Yes, you can count how many vocalizations per hour or per 30 minutes in the interval of the session.
Yeah, which one would be better? Would we want to do a per hour or a per 30 minutes?
Let's do per 30 minutes.
Per 30 minutes? Why?
Ooh. Oh
And
no.
that's okay. Like, totally cool to say I don't know at any time here, too.
Yeah, I don't know, Nick.
That's all right. So for rate, we always want to equalize our unit out to a single unit of time. Our unit out to a single unit of time. So this would be like a per hour, per minute, like per day kind of thing. The 30 minutes is not as good because now what this does is it makes our data points less comparable to each other.
That makes sense.
So if sometimes we did it in like 30-minute periods or in versus 1-hour periods, then our data are no longer comparable to each other. So just kind of like give a quick example of that. Oh, let me share my screen over. Sorry. I meant to do that. Sorry. Let me first guinea pig here so we're getting all our stuff set up. So for this, drawing this out on our graph, let's say like we had, let's say we had like a 30-minute session and then we had a 1-hour session, and we're doing like rate, or sorry, yeah, we're doing like rate, but we have them being like different rates. So our first one, if it is, if we said like there's like 10 vocalizations in the 1 hour, and then we had 8 vocalizations in the 30 minutes.
Oh, we want to do the 1 hour.
Yeah, so if we were to put these numbers up right head to head to each other, then it might look like, let's say we have 10 here, we might have our first data point here, and then our second data point would be like here. But what we need to do is we need to actually like convert these so they're in the same unit of time. So how would we convert this 30-minute session into to be comparable to the 1 hour?
Divide.
Divided by what?
8 by 10.
Not quite. So what we want to do is we want to equalize the unit out. So we have like 10 per hour, then we had 8 in 30 minutes. So we need to make these units equal to each other. And the easiest way that we can do that is by multiplying this one by 2. Because if we have 2 30-minute periods, then we have both of these are 1 hour. So this would make this one still 10 per hour. And then our second one, since we multiplied it by 2, is going to be 16 per hour. So now if we actually chart this out, the more accurate way to do it would be now to have this at 16. So let's say like this is 15. And now these are actually comparable to each other. And we can see that that the second session actually had faster rates of responding than the first one. So
okay.
Yeah. So so whenever we're doing rate, we want to equalize that unit out, and we can use it when we have different measurement observation periods, because if we equalize that unit out, then they become comparable to each other.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, and typically the best way to do that is to go for like the single units. So it's just like real simple. So that is all important stuff to think about when we're thinking about rate. Okay, cool. Well, let's do another quick example. So let's say we're working with tantrums, and these have like variable duration. So like sometimes they're like 30 seconds all the way up to let's say like 20-minute tantrums. And now we have we want the parent to take data. Okay, so let's first think about what measurements are going to be valid. So let's not even think about the parent taking data right now.
Okay.
Well, what's going to be a valid measurement? There's going to be a couple here.
Okay. Duration.
Yeah, good. Duration is awesome since we have a very variable duration behavior. What else? Count. So we might take count as like a secondary measurement, but we really want to capture that duration instead, because like these can vary so much. Like if we have like there's 3 tantrums, like a 30-second tantrum varies a lot from a 20-minute tantrum.
Correct. So IRT
might be helpful. It's going to tell us like the time in between those. But let's think about our discontinuous measurements. Which ones are going to be best there?
Oh, yes. Partial.
Yeah, partial interval is going to be pretty good. And then what would be another good measurement, like a discontinuous measurement to use here?
Momentary
time sampling. Absolutely. Okay, so all of these are valid measurements. Because all of these are going to capture like how long the behavior is occurring for. Now we want to think about which one gives our data collector, the parent, the best ability to do so.
Ooh. Hmm.
So let's go through one by one. Do you think duration's going to be reasonable?
For the parents, probably not.
Yeah, probably not. So this one's going to be like it's going to take way too much time
Exactly.
and constant observation.
Yes, they have to sit there.
Good. What do you think about partial interval recording?
I think that will work because it can occur at any time and they can mark it.
Cool. So with partial interval, do they have to constantly observe?
No,
So
no,
part
that's momentary. Yes.
Yeah, for sure. So this would ease up the time that it takes, but it would still require constant observation. So this makes it a little bit less ideal because they're gonna have to constantly observe. So let's say we had like a 5 minute interval,
Mm-hmm.
like they only have to check in, or they have to be like aware for each 5 minute interval essentially. So once like if it's like the start of the interval and they like start tantruming, then they just like mark it as a check, and then they like don't have to worry about it for 5 more minutes. But at that next 5 minute interval, like they're gonna have to like see that whole interval, like are they tantruming or not. So
Okay.
that's what makes it a little bit less ideal. So how about momentary time sampling? What do you think about this one?
Um, they can observe it at the end of the interval.
Yeah, so that's like how it works. Like we observe at the end of the interval. And then does this one require constant observation?
No.
No. So does not require constant observation. Require constant observation. So so this one is going to be the best because we already defined that like yes, it is a valid measurement. Where it is going to like capture some approximation to the duration of the behavior, and it's easy for the parent to collect the data. So like we want to ask the second question: can the data collector reasonably take accurate data given their other responsibilities? Momentary time sampling is the only one that hits both of those marks.
I get it. I
Yeah.
get it.
Yes, yes, yes. I love to hear that. So we always want to think about both of these things here whenever we're doing our selecting measurement procedures. The first one, most importantly, does it actually capture what we want to capture? This, and then secondly, can the data collector reasonably take accurate data with all of their other things going on?
Okay.
Yes. Um, so yeah, if you take anything away from this, just remember these two questions, and we can ask that about each of our measurement procedures. I think a really good place to start with it is defining like which ones are actually going to be valid, which ones actually capture what we want, and then think about like the data collector and their ability in the scenario.
Okay, that makes sense.
Sweet, sweet, sweet.
Yes.
Awesome. All right, cool. We've got Pamela is supposed to be coming on next, but I don't see her in the Zoom. So you're welcome to hang out until she gets here, especially since we got a little late start there. Uh,
Oh, okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So, do you want to go through like another quick scenario like that, or do you have like
Yes,
any other?
please. Yes.
Okay, sweet,
Yes.
sweet, sweet, sweet. All right. Let's say we want to look at wait, hold on. We might have somebody here. Oh, we've got an iPhone in chat. I'm so, we'll do a really quick one. So let's say we
Okay.
have let's say we want to look at like how well a student does on like tacting animals accurately. What do you think is going to be the most valid measurement for this one?
Count
Count. And what would we take the count of?
how many animals he's tacting.
So okay, so how many animals are he's tacting? But is that going to tell us like if he does it correctly or accurately?
Ooh, no.
Ooh. So what else would we want to get the count of?
Ooh. Um, hmm, rate.
So we want to take two different counts here. So I'll finish our first one. It's how many animals he's tacting correctly. And then what else would we want to get the count of?
Oh, percentage.
Yeah, here we go. So our
Yes,
percentage.
yes, yes.
So to get this, what we want to do is we want to see like how many. We want to get like the tack or like the count of how many tacks were correct. And then we want to divide it by, do we want to divide it by how many are incorrect or the total number?
The total number.
Good. So the count of how many times he responded.
Yes.
So that's going to get us our percentage, and that's going to validly show us our accuracy here.
Oh.
Sweet.
Yes.
All right. Well, thanks for coming to hang out, Angelica. It was a pleasure.
Yes, thank you so much, and happy birthday, Nick.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Thanks for being here. And hopefully we'll see you in a tutoring session, maybe. We'll
Yes,
see.
absolutely. Thank you.
Rock on. All right. See you in the audience.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to let our iPhone in here. Hopefully this is Pamela. Let's see. Pamela, are you there?
Oh, no, this is Katerina.
Oh, it's Katerina. It's not your turn yet.
Oh, okay. I
But
was just on.
that's okay. We have Pamela has not showed up yet, so we'll see if she shows up. But yeah, you can hang out for now. How are you doing, Katerina?
I'm good.
Good.
So I've tested twice.
Yeah.
And I would say like the part section H is one of my lowest scores consistently. And that's the implementing and like choosing
Yeah.
treatment.
For sure.
And I would say like, you know, I know like the SMART goal, you know, and it's just some of the questions that they'll ask is like, because you have to pick the best one.
Absolutely.
But they'll have like two good ones that like for instance it will say like something like one will follow the other. You know what I mean? Like you have to do both. If in order to get this one, even to get to this, you have to do this one.
Yeah, for sure. So thinking about like prerequisites, maybe.
Yeah, but I mean, it's also like with like including like with measurement. Like you were talking to the previous woman, and she was talking about, you know, we were talking about, oh, would we do partial? Would we do momentary? And it's like, yeah, but when would we actually like say to the RBT, oh, I want to take partial data? I just like, that's kind of where I'm struggling. Like I'm really struggling with like section H, that's for sure. So if we want to just focus on section H just for now, that's fine.
Yeah, I can give you some strategies for section H for sure. All right. So the main thing for section H is that like to get good at section H, you need to get really good at section G. So it kind of makes sense, and these tie directly into each other where so basically, like, in order to select the best intervention, you need to know the situations where each intervention is used in the best.
Is section G experimental design?
Section G is the application. So it's like B and G are very similar, where B is like the basic principles, and then G is like how do these things work? So it's like use differential reinforcement or like use functional communication training, or like the different items there.
Gotcha.
So H can be really abstract because there's not really like, hey, just know this and get it
Right.
done. It's more like, hey, I need to know the ins and outs of every single tool that we have, and then I have the ability to know like which tool is going to be best for which situation. So that's my biggest tip that I can give you for Section H is that it's often not just like a Section H problem. It's more commonly that you don't have like all of the ins and outs of the topics on Section G. So that's the most common mistake with Section H. People just like jump right to it, like, how do I get better at this section? It's like, well, get good at the other section.
Right. Right.
Um,
Right.
So that's my best piece of advice to get better at that section. Is first start like just reviewing all of the ins and outs of our of Section G, and then you can kind of get like down to what you need for Section H. So let's just go through like a quick example of that. So let's talk about like differential reinforcement procedures, for example.
Okay.
So, this is like, or actually, one more. We'll talk about this a little bit more. Where it's you think about like the strength and utility of different procedures. So like all different procedures have their pros and cons with them. And typically one like kind of easy way to think about it is that like the more effort something takes, usually the more effective it is.
Like, what do you mean by effort? Like as in like, so like, for instance, when you say effort, do you mean that like we don't want them to have to use so much effort so they could gain reinforcement quicker in order to condition the behavior?
So I'm not
Is that what you're
necessarily.
talking about?
No, not necessarily. I'm not necessarily thinking about the effort of the client. I'm thinking about the effort of the implementer.
Oh,
So,
sorry.
yeah, no, all good. So, it's like essentially, if something is going to be like really time consuming, usually it's going to be more effective. And we have some strategies that are less time consuming that are not quite as effective. But sometimes we don't need to use like the most effective or like the most restrictive intervention. So, again, this is a general rule of thumb. So I have this word typically here, but it's not going to always fall into place. Some behaviors don't need a very thorough plan to approach. And the reason for that is either it's like it's not high priority. So like yeah, it might be an issue, but like hey, we have other issues too. Or sometimes just like a simple strategy is going to be good enough and be effective enough to cause our socially valid change. So think about that as we don't always need to use like the highest intensity strategy, but typically like if we are using a more intensive strategy, it's going to be more effective. So yeah, we have somebody in chat who's saying like it gets confused when it's going to be teachers. So let's think about just like our differential reinforcement procedures. So you're probably familiar with DRA. So tell me a little bit about DRA. Is this like a really effective strategy, or is it moderately effective, or like not that effective?
I have written down for DRA for my notes is DRA for alternative behavior. You want to use it for like functional communication training, reinforce appropriate behavior, alternative and replacement behavior. So if you could teach an alternative and replacement behavior for the behavior in question, but it has to be in the kids' repertoire. So you can't sit there and just like come up with a alternative behavior out of the blue. It has to like already be in their repertoire.
Good.
So,
yeah.
So, like, for instance, what I also think of is like, um, I almost think of almost a high P, like, okay, like high Ps are already in the kids' repertoire. So
So
that's what,
yeah, so don't get too tripped up on like something in their repertoire. Like generally
mhm.
we want it to be in their repertoire, but another way that we can think about is that something easy, like something that they're just gonna pick up on pretty easily. So either like a low effort behavior also works fine, even if they've never done it before.
Mhm.
So so what does that mean to have a functional replacement behavior?
So a functional replacement behavior would be like it has the same function. So if you're saying like the kid is basically eloping, right, out of the instructional area, you would teach them instead of eloping, go. Like something super simple, go. And they could just like either hit a peck that just says go, hit, like tap the door, um, point to the door, something super simple so they could get access to reinforcement, so they could essentially pair the their behavior of just of the alternative behavior with reinforcement. That okay, this is gonna work and it's gonna work a lot quicker than tantruming or than running away.
Okay.
If I just say I want to go.
Okay. So what would be the function if that's going to be the functional replacement behavior that we choose? So think about our four functions. We have attention, escape,
I would
tangible, or
say-
automatic.
Okay, so I would think the function of go is to to probably access to um, maybe a challenge reinforce to leave and access to escape. So to escape the maybe aversive stimuli and the not wanting to work or not wanting to be in that area, and they can leave. So instead of eloping and running away, they could say go, altered behavior.
Okay. So
they
we're
get access to that.
so for this one we're thinking more as like an escape maintain behavior. Okay. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So think about like one thing that's really important is that we need to separate topography from function of a behavior. So this is a really important thing to understand for section H. So basically, like any topography can have any function.
Oh, okay.
So
Because they could look the same. So they're arbitrary.
So it's not necessarily arbitrary, but what would we need to do to figure out the function of a behavior?
See what is the reinforcer, what's reinforcing the behavior?
Yeah, and how do we figure that out?
Observation.
That's one part of this tool that I'm thinking of.
Probably doing a function, an FA.
Okay, an FA or an FBA?
Or
Which one would we do first?
I would do a functional analysis. That's when I'm manipulating the environment. The other one I'm not.
Yeah, good. So which one would we do first?
Well, well, I'm thinking maybe an FBA. No.
Good. Yeah, we would do the FBA
know.
first. So
Okay, because I was like, they're under the same umbrella, so let me take a stab.
yeah, right on track
Okay,
though.
yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna do the FBA first, which is the functional behavior assessment, and essentially, like this is an assessment that helps us determine the function of a behavior. So three different components of that. We're going to do indirect assessment, direct assessment, and then maybe do an experimental manipulation such as an FA. So I always think about these two. If we're getting like FBA and FA mixed up, it's like FBA has more words. So it's like the grander, more umbrella term. And FA is like 2 words or 2 letter acronym. So it's a more specific thing.
So I was actually like, it's kind of like coinky dink that we're talking about this. I was actually going over the assessments with my BCBA today, and she was like, we start out with the violent, and then later on, because if you think about it, the insurance company may only give us like 4 hours to do an assessment. So what would you choose first? You know what I mean? What would you choose first? Would you choose to do a violent and at least get the an overall kind of idea of what where their child's deficits are, and like splinter skills and all that stuff first, and then during supervision you can go ahead and do that direct? Or how would you do it? And I said, I think I would do the violent first and do and see where the child's deficits are first to do programming. And then after that, during supervision, I would go ahead and do the like BB-MAP or ABLES assessment.
Yeah, and and that's thinking about like our like overall assessment, like our intake assessment and skills assessment, but it is a kind of a similar approach where we're gonna do like the more broad assessments, like, hey, we only have a few hours, like let's just get some good information down, and then we can get into the more specific assessments at a later time, or like in further sessions, like once we have a better idea of like what do we even want to test. So yeah, a decent way to think about it. But also think about that is going to be more for our skills assessment, where FBA is like specifically going to be a problem behavior assessment or behavior reduction assessment.
Okay.
Cool,
Okay. And you kind of get that out of the violent, right? Like you would get like that out of the violence score, correct?
I'm not as familiar with that assessment. I've heard of it. I haven't done it in a while. I believe that's more of a, are you thinking, wait, sorry, the Vineland? Or are you saying violin or Vineland?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
No,
sorry, the
Vineland.
Vineland.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Vineland.
She was saying 90, like a good percentage of 85% are now leaning towards the Vineland 3 first. Like they're having it as a requirement. All the insurance companies, majority, especially Medicaid, is having us lean towards that first. So then when I'm looking at this stuff and like and when I'm looking at like Section H and stuff, they were like, there was a question, and I remember it on the test. It said something like you
Uh-oh, looks like we lost Katarina. She just disconnected from the call. But anyway, some things that she's talking about that I kind of want to emphasize here is that, again, our FBA is going to be a problem behavior assessment. And we need to do this before we even...
picked out.
Oh, no worries. Are you back?
Yeah, I'm back, but I was just kicked out for a minute.
Oh, no. I lost your video, but hopefully you're here.
Yeah. Yeah.
There she is.
Here.
Okay. No, I see you now. We got you.
I'm in the car. I'm trying to actually get out of my car.
All good. So yeah, a couple things here that I want to emphasize. So the Vineland assessment, it's a very broad assessment. It has both skill and problem behavior components to it. It's an indirect assessment, so that is going to be an assessment that we want to verify our information, either with direct assessments or experimental manipulation at a later point. But what I really want to emphasize is when we're before we're choosing any intervention, especially for a problem behavior, we absolutely need to do this FBA beforehand. So so like let's just think about it. It's like before we can approach any problem behavior, we need to do an FBA beforehand. And the reason for that is that we know that like function-based interventions, as opposed to like topography-based, are the most effective. So if we are just guessing on the reinforcer and we're not 100% certain of what that reinforcer is, then what we're doing is essentially going to be a topography-based intervention. And this is kind of like what they did in like really old school ABA, and a lot of it is just not good. So like for example, it's like if the and think about like really like old school interventions, like not even like psychology or related, but like you know, like in the old days, like if a kid was swearing, they would like wash his mouth out with soap. And obviously, like,
Okay, yeah.
like we're not going to do that, obviously. But that would be like a more topography based intervention. It's like we're just doing it based on what the behavior actually is. Where function based interventions and like what makes behavior analysis so much more effective is that we actually understand like the reinforcer and the reason why the behavior is occurring. And then we can design our intervention to target very specifically that. So yeah, let me just get a couple more points down that I think will be really helpful for H in general. First one, again, for any problem behavior, we need to have an FBA beforehand so we know like what information we're working off of to choose an intervention. Thinking about this DRA, this is one of it's like one of our most powerful tools to decrease a behavior. But also like it can be fairly effortful. So think about it like in like our beginning phases, we need to teach the replacement behavior to a high rate. And not only that is like we need to respond to it fairly immediately. So
Right.
thinking about kind of related to like the measurement stuff we were just talking about earlier, is for like situation is that if we like don't have or if we have like one-on-one therapy, this is a great approach because the therapist is available to train and reinforce each response. If we're working like with a teacher in a classroom, do you think like doing like initial phases of DRA is going to be the way to go or like doable?
What kind of classroom? Are we just like in a regular classroom?
Yeah, let's say like the teacher is like 12 to 1 students and she's a math teacher.
Okay, and what was the behavior that we're targeting?
Any behavior.
Okay, so like say if it was like the constant raising, getting up out of the seat or raising their hand, wouldn't we just do a DRO procedure?
Yeah,
Because we
good.
don't because we don't want to completely get rid of the behavior. But we do want I mean say I'm sorry. We don't want to completely eliminate the behavior, but any absence of that behavior of like, oh, good job, like not raising your hand, like, you know, or getting up out of your seat. And we would just do it in like small increments of time versus like, oh, like, you know, did the kid get out of his seat for like throughout the whole classroom or the whole, throughout the whole classroom period, or, you know, we would just do it like in small increments in time, like slowly.
So
Like,
let's
okay,
get
like
let's
for
get
2
to
minutes.
let's get to the main reason why like we wouldn't like why we would choose something else other than DRA. So the main reason is that like DRA is going to be our most effective tool, but this setting is not ideal for it. So like teacher is not going to be able to respond and immediately reinforce every time a new or like the functional replacement behavior occurs. So
Okay.
that's what I really want to nail in here is like, yes, this is our most powerful procedure. It is like one of our most powerful tools to decrease the behavior, but it's not always going to be the most suitable given the setting. So thinking about this same setting, DRO might be easier to implement because logistically, like the teacher can implement this while doing all of her other work and like treating all of her other students.
I guess I have a question then, like when we're at, and something I'm sure like a lot of people also get confused in, or just like don't know when to implement, is when we use DRO versus when we use DRI. Like when we can like an incompatible. It like yes, I get it. It's incompatible. It's other like an other behavior. One is in the repertoire. I know like incompatible is in the repertoire, but I mean.
So well, let's simplify it. So DRI is a subtype of DRA. So again, it's going to be super powerful, but require like more time to implement in general. Where if we look at DRO is really easy to implement, but still can decrease a behavior. So think about like the advantages and disadvantages of these, and then you compare it to your situation to figure out like which tool you're going to be using. So yeah, one thing I want to correct about DRO is that this is intended to eliminate a behavior. Somebody had it in chat too, and they're absolutely on track. So DRL is the only one that's looking to decrease without eliminating, but DRO is going to aim at eliminating too. Cool. Well, that's about all the time we've got for you, Katarina. But any last minute thoughts here?
Thank you. No, thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for hopping on, and I appreciate the discussion and for being here.
Thank you.
Of course. All right. Cool. We'll see you soon. All right. Looking good. How is this for you guys? You guys having fun in the audience? Is this cool? I kind of like this format, so we can get some new topics and go like if it's fun to like go back and forth with the students and get you guys all thinking. Yes, cool. I'm glad you guys are liking this so far. We are waiting for who's up next. We're waiting for Julie. Let's see if Julie is gonna hop into chat. If you're just hopping in, a couple things that we talked about earlier is we are doing a special giveaway right now where we're doing one-on-one tutoring sessions. So you can go ahead and submit this form. It's a really quick form to get enrolled into that raffle. We've already got 107 of you into this. These participants are all enrolled in the Beastslayer course, so we only picked a few people, but all of the people that are coming on tonight are enrolled in the Beastslayer course, so sometimes there's extra perks of being in the Beastslayer course, and it looks like Julie has arrived, so we're going to let her into the call and keep this fun train going. How are you, Jules? I think you're muted.
There we go.
There you go. How's it going?
Good.
Good. What's happening? You're testing on Monday, I see.
Well, I tested yesterday.
Oh, you tested yesterday. Okay, how'd it go?
Yes. And I passed.
You passed! Woo!
I passed.
That's what's up. Hell yeah. Congrats, Julie.
Thank you. I won't keep you the entire 15 minutes.
You can if you
I
want.
was just curious now, what your advice would be for new BCBAs coming in, especially me, who has been a teacher for the last over the decade.
Yeah.
And not a lot of clinical experience.
Yeah, for sure. Great question. Love the topic. Thanks for hopping on and congrats on passing. That is
Thank you.
way cool. All right. So yeah, I have a lot of advice. So job hunting is a crazy time. But what's really cool is like you're a BCBA, and
Right.
what that means is like you're in really high demand.
Actually, I've already been offered a job.
Yeah, see, it shows. It shows. Like, so you are in really high demand as just being a BCBA. And what this does is like it puts the ball in your court. The ball, in your court for what you want your life to look like. So, like, do you have any idea? Like, are you like thinking about like a center or like in home or like going to a school? Like, do you have any
Yeah,
idea like what kind of setting you're feeling?
Clinical, setting.
Nice.
So-
Okay. Do you? Yeah. Okay. Let me give you some advice for a clinical setting. So,
Okay.
all right. There's a lot that goes on, like once you're a BCBA, and they just like don't teach you this in school, and like don't teach
Right.
you anything. So again, first thing, really important. You're in really high demand. You're gonna get offers everywhere. Basically, you can get like pretty much any job that you want, for the most part. But let's talk about like some of like the pros and cons of like different types of positions. First, let's talk about like center versus in-home. I would highly recommend your first job is in a center. And I know like everybody's like, I want to be remote. I want to like control my own hours and control my own life. But really, I cannot emphasize like how big of an advantage you're at if you actually start in a center. So, in my view, the most important thing to look for in your first job is how good of a supervision experience you're going to get. And in my eyes, and like I've worked with tons of BCBAs, and like I've seen like the great disparity in quality between them. Like this is worth like a 20 to 30K pay cut.
Right. Yeah.
Like, it is so huge. So the most important thing you can do is when you're doing your interviews, think about or like ask them a bunch of questions of what the supervision experience is going to look like.
Okay.
And like all of the people are gonna try to like talk themselves up about what this looks like, and you kind of have to like decipher like the difference between like the real ones and the fake ones, because every company is going to be like, yeah, like we provide one-on-one supervision, like you're going to have like a great contact with your supervisor, but what you need to do is you need to ask if you can chat and interview the person who will be your supervisor.
Okay.
Before taking your job. Most crucial thing that you can do. And talk to them like here's a couple of like good questions to ask. It's just like, can you tell me about a success story of one of your supervisees? And like really kind of like drill at this further and be like, how did you help them? How did you support? Like, were you with them like along the way? So like, let's give like a quick example. Let's say like, have you ever done a functional analysis before?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Well, that's great that you already have that experience. What's something that you haven't done before that you like to get experience in soon?
I think the billing is what I'm most worried about.
Well, we'll talk about that later. But as far as like clinical things, like what would you like to get experience on?
You know, I see RBTs kind of like the same way that I have paraeducators or paraprofessionals within my classroom. I think that might the supervision over them.
Yeah.
That would.
Great question.
navigating that?
Great question. Yeah, great thing. And also kind of like note, like when you're a BCBA, like your job is like, it's definitely like writing treatment plans and working with the clients, but it really like 80% of your job becomes supervising RBTs. And it's like, you can write the most perfect plan in the world, but if you can't get your RBTs to implement it well, then like nothing's going to go well. So think about, like, you might even like tailor this question to be like more specific. It's just like have you ever worked with a newer BCBA that has like struggled to get like instructional control and rapport over their RBTs? And how did you help them?
Yeah, that's a great question.
And like really like drill these supervisors, like, because again, you're in really high demand. You can get any job you fucking want. So make sure that you're really drilling them, and like make sure that you're going to get the support that you need. And again, if you're comparing like two job offers and one is like 100K and like you didn't really like the supervisor versus like a 70K and like you really like the supervisor, like go with the 70K job. I can't emphasize enough like how important like getting a good supervisor is in your first position. Couple other things to think about are billable hours. So don't worry too much about like learning like which codes to bill and stuff like that. They'll teach you that on the job. And it is a lot more straightforward than you would think. Like essentially like the main different codes are like when you get a new client, there's going to be an assessment code. And then most of the other code is just going to be like a specific code for like supervision of your RBT or like working on plans. They will differ by insurance companies, so think about that a little bit too.
Interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, like things that, like I guess we'll just make like a quick like things to think about.
Yeah.
So like, what kind of insurance does the company accept? And like the main things here is that some places will do like Medicaid only, and then some will do like Medicaid and private, and then some will do private only. So with Medicaid only, just kind of know that like some of your clients are going to come from rougher backgrounds. So if you ever like need to go into the home, like be prepared to like go into some dirty homes, be prepared to like kind of get whoever. And this is going to differ state by state too. Like some states are like really stringent. Some are going to be some are more open. So it's like, hey, like even if like a family is really well off, like the Medicaid might just be really good, and you kind of get everybody in that mixed bag. With if they do private only, note that you're gonna get like almost like bougier families, I guess, sometimes. But you know, like health insurance is like almost a luxury these days, which is crazy.
Yeah, it is.
And sad at the same time. And then usually like private is typically going to pay a little bit more too. So you might get a higher salary if they do private only. I would say about like 75, like I'm pulling these numbers out of my ass, but like 70 to 90% of companies are like Medicaid only. And like some will do private, but most of them are going to be like this Medicaid only or do a mix. You really don't see that many places that only do private because they just miss out on so much revenue and clientele. Yeah, so somebody in the chat saying like bougie families can be so difficult to work with, and yeah, like it's kind of, I mean, honestly, like both have like their pros and cons. And it really just gonna depend on the specific family. Okay, so other things to think about. We talked about center versus in-home, and I would just highly recommend going for center first. And just like a couple big advantages of being a center is like you can like quickly check in on your clients every day. where like sometimes like you with in-home, like you only see your client like once or twice a month. And it's like really weird.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
not
like,
very much.
yeah, it's like your RBT could be working with them like 6 times a month and you only see them twice, and it's like, what's going on those other 4 sessions? Like, I hope it's okay. But like this, when you're in a center, like you can just like quickly check in on them. Another big thing is like your supervisor is accessible for quick questions. And that's another thing you should ask about, like, to them in the interview is, like, how available are you, like, during the day for just, like, quick questions? And, like, pick their brain, learn a lot from them because that's what they're there for. And you have so much to learn as a fresh BCBA. Couple other things. Billable hours. So think about, like, our requirements. I would say, like, comfortable for a center is going to be between like 25 to 30 billable hours.
Okay.
Any more gets like pretty overwhelming. And you're like, only like 20, like 30 hours, I can do that. But it's like there are a lot of tasks that aren't billable.
Yeah. Okay.
So like just kind of keep that in mind. It's like, hey, if I'm working 30, if they want like 35 billable hours, or if there's like a bonus contingent on like 35 hours, it's going to be a lot of work to reach that. And it's not really going to be that sustainable to do on a weekly basis. One more really important thing to ask in your interviews is, talk about RBT turnover.
Got it.
RBT and BCBA turnover, and kind of like related to this is like ask like what kind of things does the company or you do to like do to help like retain your RBTs and BCBAs. And if they're just like, oh, we have like a monthly bagels and like that's it, then it's like, this sucks. Most places are, yeah, somebody in chat saying this, like most places are going to have really high RBT turnover. So that is kind of a given. But I think this question will help you like get to the heart of it. It's just like, what do they actually do to support the RBTs and like increase their stay? Again, everybody's going to have high turnover. But the better that they treat their RBTs, it's going to be more aligned with the company that you want to be with.
Absolutely.
Last thing I'll mention here is you want to consider like the size of the company. Nick suggests like medium sized to big company is actually the
okay.
is the best place to start. And basically like bigger companies will have more resources for you to access and learn from. But sometimes like big company culture really sucks, especially if like they've been taken over by venture capital. So look at like for the medium to big size companies. Small companies, it gets like really like incestual and cliquey.
Oh yeah.
And also it's like you don't have as wide a variety of experiences to learn from.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I would lean towards a medium to bigger size company for your first position. The small companies are great. Oftentimes small companies can pay you a little bit more too, because they just don't have like all like the infrastructure that has a lot of expenses. But I would go for a medium to bigger size company just so you have like a lot of people to learn from. Yeah. Any other quick questions before we move to our next person?
I don't think so.
All right, awesome. Well, hopefully this list is helpful.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I'll be sending out the notes too, so you'll have these to refer to. And good luck in your interviews, and keep us posted how it goes. And congratulations.
Thanks so much.
You bet. Take care, Jules. Yeah, somebody's asking about what is venture capital. That's like the big money. That's just like trying to profit off of ABA. And yeah. Somebody mentioned TRICARE in chat too. TRICARE, if you're not familiar, is the military insurance, and they can be a pain in the ass to work with, but they do pay more. So I don't know. There's just like pros and cons to them. But doing the treatment plans for them sucks because they are annoying. Anyway, we've got Gabriella here in chat. Gabriella, are you here?
Hi, yes, I'm here.
All right. How's it going?
Hi, good, good. Thank you for having me.
Of course. You having fun?
Yes, yes. So much information is so valuable.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, I'm scrolling up here. It looks like you had a lot of questions.
I do. I failed a couple of times and I went on, I did actually both editions because I had a pregnancy with issues. So I took a break and then I reapplied. And so I got a lot of questions on this topic, on the transgender clients topic.
Yeah.
In the supervision section, or to say. So I did not know how to approach this. I think I tried a lot of more relaxed, approaches, but I'm quite sure I didn't pick the right answers.
Yeah, for sure. And this is a really tricky topic, and I think like a lot of these are gonna be like fairly gray. Like I was looking at these questions a little bit before we got started. And yeah, do you want to just go through this list of questions that you had?
Yeah, so actually the first one was on my last exam. And this was basically a situation when you take on a case and your client is a transgender individual and you've had a caseload in the past that you were uncomfortable being on. And so you requested off that case. And so years later, you're being assigned a case again. And the options for these were you try to do some research in the literature, you seek some advice from your peers, you just recommend it to another supervisor that has experience and maybe has no biases. And then I wasn't sure the fourth option, maybe it was like you just deny the case.
Okay.
But yeah, I wasn't quite sure what would be best.
Yeah, tricky stuff for sure. So one thing I want to like start this section off with is that I think a lot of these transgender questions are going to be like more of the experimental questions.
Oh, okay. That's a bit of a relief.
Yeah, that's my thought. I'm not 100% on that, and like I think there's going to be a mixed bag, but I think the majority of them are going to be those experimental questions that aren't scored at all. So if this is giving you like huge panic, just kind of keep that in mind. Is that that question's probably not scored? It's probably an experimental question. But
I know. I was even thinking because I'm in California, so I know these have to be also applicable to each state, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not very educated, but I know this topic is very welcomed here in this state. So I know this is very encouraged. So I didn't know exactly which one would be. I was like, I think I should just consult with peers and keep going with a case, even if I wanted to give up in the past, but that may have not been the right answer.
Yeah. So a couple of things. First of all, the BCBA credential is not exclusive by state. So just because you're in California doesn't mean like you're going to get more transgender questions on your exam. It has zero impact at all. I think there is, is there licensure in California? I forget. I think you guys have licensure law in California, correct? Yeah. So licensure exam, that's a different story. That could be more state and state weighted. So let's think about this. So first question, we had participants trans and the therapist had issue with this topic in clients in the past. Should they recommend somebody else with no expertise and no biases? So if you have a bias against transgenderism, you should not be taking this client.
Gotcha. Okay. So that would be the answer. Basically.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you had quit the case in the past. Okay.
Yeah. So if you're like, I don't believe like transgenderism is real, or like screw all trans people, if that's like your thought, like you should not be working with this client at all.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
You would definitely be biased.
Yep. So yeah, like 100% refer this client to another clinician. So yeah, it's really important to like just ethics, like think about your own biases. And I mean, it'd be the same thing. Like, let's just give like a random example. Like, let's say like for some reason you like hate Hindu people. Like if you had like a bad history like working with like Hindu people, and like now you have a Hindu client, like same thing, same exact
situation.
thing. Yeah, you should not be working on that with that client at all.
Yeah, I had a question like that with Arabic client. Exact same scenario. And it's biased. You're biased on that culture.
Yeah, absolutely. And like if you wanted to, like, let's say like you are in California and like you're finding like 3/4 of the clients that your company gets are transgender, like that might be a different story where it's like, hey, we need to like still refer out, but you might also like want to start working on your biases. So like doing your own self work and like why is this occurring? Like, is it really that bad? Am I like denying like my ability to be effective in working with these clients? And is it really necessary for me to change my views? And those are going to be a lot of like personal questions that you need to wrestle with. And you might just be like, hey, okay, well, this company's not for me, or maybe I should move to a different state. It's not California. Or you could also be like, hey, maybe I should like open up my worldviews a little bit more and like be accepting of these more accepting of these individuals. So again, it's going to be very personal about like what kind of journey you want to take if you do end up in a situation like that. But again, if you have this bias against them, like you should not be working with them until you either figure that out or best case just refer to somebody who has more experience.
Right. Okay. Another can I jump to another question that is kind of related to this one, just because it's like the usage of pronoun again. I have not worked with a trans kiddo. This is an actual question from my exam.
Okay.
And it was like the parent was the kiddo was transgender, so they wanted to be called by she, not he, and the parents were not agreeing with this. So what should the therapist do? And so I thought, because even if it's a minor, we have to respect their privacy, right? Like this is their identity. So I thought that you would still do it even if the parent opposes this. So I'm not sure if this was the correct response.
Yeah, I think this is really tricky, and like there's definitely like some things that we want to like get more information on here. So first of all, like we might chat with the parents about like why like they are against like the pronoun.
Right, like why would that
change.
matter?
Yeah. So like it might just like be like having a conversation with the parents and like almost like finding out like why like they're against this, and like part of this might be even like discussing like the importance of like the like identity recognition to them. One thing I also want to say on this one is that you also need to stay in your lane. So think about like your own competency. So like do you have like the training and competence to have these kind of conversations? And like some people might, some people are like, everybody's gonna have like a different like spectrum of like how comfortable they actually feel in having these conversations and their ability to be effective in them. So you definitely need to stay in your lane here. Like if you're not like that fluent in like LGBT culture, like you might just not be the person to have these conversations at all, and you want to seek out some help. So like you could like seek out help and training, or you could refer out. Same kind of thing is like also like, is this ABA? You need to ask yourself, like, is this ABA? And for this like to kind of like fit within our scope is like what do we actually want to change, and like is there like acceptance and willingness to change? So like if you like have that conversation with the parents and they're just like, no, absolutely not, like he was born a boy, so he's a boy and we're gonna always refer to him as a boy, then like it might not be like anything that we can really approach with ABA, because there is such a big difference here. And but let's say like on the other hand, it's just like all right, like I see the point. I see like the need to like identify them in the way that they want to be identified, but I'm just like having a hard time. Then that's something
Yeah.
like maybe we can make a parent goal for and like start doing
Right.
like a parent training for that.
Yes, that'd be
Um,
good.
so yeah, think about like if we're writing goals, um,
That
goals
can be part of the
related.
parent education.
Yeah, like they need to be socially valid and like accepted that this is something that is important and that the individuals who we're targeting, whether that's like parents or the client, like are willing to have this change be made or approached.
Yes.
All right, everybody's in chat is asking about the bathroom questions. So we'll talk about
That
it
was
real quick.
also on my exam, you guys.
It was also on your exam, the bathroom question.
Yes. The all three transgender were on the same test.
Oh
last
my
test in
gosh,
October.
I'm so sorry. That's so tough.
I was sweating. I was like, no way, this can be. Okay, so the
Yeah.
bathroom question. You were basically having an ABA session at the clinic, and your client is a transgender kid who does not want to go and use the boys' bathroom, wants to go in the girls' bathroom. So what do? You allow him to go into the girls' bathroom and make everybody uncomfortable. This is how it was worded. Or you allow them to go use the staff bathroom, which is the universal one gender, or you just force them to go in the boys' restroom. It was just everything was
Oh
wrong.
my gosh, that's really tough. I honestly, I don't know the correct answer to this one.
I know, it's so crazy, and hopefully that was a pilot question, you know.
Yeah, I will. I'll give you I'll give you like my instincts on this. Is that I think and I'm gonna like really emphasize that this is think, and I could absolutely be wrong here. That maybe we could allow we like should allow them to use a universal bathroom.
Yeah.
Or let them use a private bathroom. That is like their identified gender. So if I see options like this is what I'm gonna go for, because it like especially if like they're making like everybody else uncomfortable, like the other clients, then like we really need to like balance out opportunity costs there. It's like, okay, is like
Yes.
the safety of this one individual like worth the discomfort of 10 other individuals? And I don't think
Okay.
so. I would say I
You
would just,
wait it out.
yeah, I would just say like in that situation, like I don't think so. Like if we had like 5 clients come to us and like, hey, I'm uncomfortable with so and so using this bathroom, it's not worth it.
Right.
So this is my instinct would just be to avoid it, and maybe like the intervention is just like, okay, well now all the bathrooms are all gender.
Make them all gender.
Yeah, they're all gender, and fuck it, everybody just use the
Eliminate
toilet.
problem.
Yep.
Everybody just accept everybody in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to be real, like my point of view is like a toilet's a toilet. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Like who cares? But it does
really is.
it does get into grayer lines when it is like community bathrooms and a lot of people are using it. So this is my first instinct. Again, I could be totally wrong, but I'll just add that other part here. Is like we want to weigh the pros and cons, and it's like if the decision involves making the client uncomfortable versus 5 other individuals uncomfortable,
Right.
then use that in making this decision.
Right. Okay.
So tricky stuff. Again, ethics is gray. All ethics is gray. So really just think about like those cost benefit analyses. Think about like staying in your lane, think about your own competency and your biases, and hopefully that will help illuminate the correct answer in these. But last thing I just want to emphasize one more time is I think a lot of these questions are going to be the experimental questions that aren't scored anyway, so don't stress too much about them.
Yeah, because they're kind of new field for all of us.
For sure, for sure.
I don't know if we have time for another question. I
think we're out of time right now, Gabriella.
Okay, no worries. Thank you so much for your time.
For sure. Thanks for hanging out.
Appreciate it. Happy birthday.
Thank you. And yeah, I appreciate the discussion. This is a topic that I tend to avoid a lot, so I appreciate you making me actually contact it. No, don't be sorry. It's good to get this information out there and give everybody the tools that they need to process these kinds of questions, because they're going to come up in 2025 and 2026 and beyond. So it's important to stay oriented.
Sounds good. Thank you so much for your time and insight.
You bet. Take care.
You too. Happy birthday. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye. All right. Cool beans. So we did it, guys. I told you there'd be like some novel topics that we never talked about. We finally got to the transgender topic. We talked about it a little bit in Beastslayer, but I think it's helpful to actually like have a discussion like that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. How are we feeling? We've got Nisa is coming on next. These are going so fast. We only have 2 more. Just quick reminder once more that if you want to participate in the giveaway that we have going on, we're giving away a one-on-one tutoring session with Nick tonight. So go ahead and fill out that form if you'd like to participate in that. And here Stephanie is going to live rent-free in my head forever. I love it. Yay! We have one more question from Stephanie. Should we always make sure to let the parents know before we make those choices? Yeah. When you're dealing with like gender identity, like definitely open that conversation up to parents and see where they're at. Cool. I'm glad you guys are having fun. Thanks for everybody who's come on so far too. This everybody's been killing it. Really good questions. We're gonna let Nisa in. Hey Nisa, how are you?
Good.
My
name's pronounced Nissa.
Nissa, thank you for correcting me.
No, you're fine. I think it's funny when people can't get it.
For sure. Yeah, I fuck everything up, so let's just add that to the pile. Love it. So yeah, you wanted to talk about 7 dimensions, stimulus response generalization, and basic contingencies. What do you have any preference about where to start? I don't think we can get to all of those, but we can definitely try.
Mostly just stimulus response generalization, and then the basic contingencies is what really gets me.
Okay, do you have a preference? Which one? Because I could spend hours on basic contingencies, and yeah, stimulus response generalization would probably also take our whole time. So yeah, I'm gonna make you choose one.
Let's do basic contingencies first.
Let's do it. Love it. All right. So we've got Nissa here. Basic contingencies. Let's go. So let's start off. What is a behavioral contingency?
Oh, I don't know.
Any thought there? Or what are the components of a behavioral contingency? Maybe.
Put me on the spot, and now I'm gonna lose everything.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. Think about our alphabet.
Oh, so it's like dependent on another thing.
Okay. What's dependent on what?
The action or outcome is dependent on another behavior.
Okay, on the right track. So, yeah, a behavioral contingency essentially is a relationship between an antecedent, a behavior, a consequence, and what type of effect this consequence has on the future rate of behavior.
Oh, it's like ABC data.
Yeah, good. So yeah, think about our ABC contingencies, antecedent, behavior, consequence. Have you ever heard of the term the law of effect before?
Yes, I saw it in the Beastslayer course.
Nice, nice. I know I say it a million times in there because it's so important. Can you recall it?
Not off the top of my head.
That's okay. So the law of effect states that the effects of our actions determine whether or not they will be repeated. So what part of the contingency is this effects referring to? Is it ABC or future effect?
The future effect?
Not the future effect.
I can't remember.
So this is going to be mostly related to our consequence.
Oh, yeah.
So the consequence determines whether behavior will occur more or less. And that's our future effect. So
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yep. Okay, cool. So a couple of things for like diagramming consequences is we want to look like what is like immediately produced by the behavior. So we always want to follow like that 60-second rule. So like the consequence must occur within 60 seconds for it to change behavior without like language or rule governed behavior.
Okay.
So we can look at like contingencies that do involve like longer delays, but we always want to like simplify it to the Skinner box, where it's like what would actually like affect like the rat in the Skinner box. 6 seconds rule is really important, and we also want to think about like a contingent relation. So what that means is that like the behavior actually produces the consequence. So sometimes like we just need like most of the time we just need to like get really literal and dumb it down to get these right.
Oh, yeah.
So like for example, like if I'm looking at the behavior of drinking water, like what's the consequence of that behavior?
You're no longer thirsty.
Yeah, good. So we have like behavior is drinking water, and like a consequence is that it like removes thirst. What's another consequence of drinking water?
It keeps your mouth moist so you can talk.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like wets my mouth. Perfect. And we can even think like even simple, like another one would just be like I'm like slightly more hydrated. As like a singer and somebody who talks on stream a lot, I'm like always thinking about like my hydration levels, because if it's fucked, then I'm fucked.
Oh yeah. My mouth dries out, I can't talk.
Yeah, 100%. So all of these are like immediate consequences of behavior, and all of these could potentially increase the rate of that behavior. So if a consequence increases the rate of the behavior, what's typically do we call that? Oh, I almost read it.
I missed the question.
Sorry, the question one more time is, if a consequence increases the rate of a behavior, typically what do we call that consequence? Or that behavioral contingency?
Positive?
Not positive. Starts with an R. It's one of our favorite words.
Reinforcement?
Good. Yeah, reinforcement. So reinforcement is when a stimulus change after the behavior results in an increased frequency of that behavior. So really important for to like get our basic terms down. I think it's important before we look at our full contingencies to get them down one by one. So we have reinforcement. Let's talk about positive and negative. So what does that positive word refer to in a behavioral contingency?
Adding something.
Cool. And what is added when?
It's added before the behavior.
Not before behavior. Think back of our law of effect.
Oh, after the behavior, so that way it increases or decreases the behavior.
So we got two different things there. So is it added after the behavior, or does it increase the rate of that behavior?
It increases.
So that's going to be more of our reinforcement. So a positive contingency, all it refers to is that a stimulus is added or presented after a behavior. So again, really important to separate each of these terms one by one, and then combining them gets a little bit easier. So if a stimulus is added or presented after a behavior for positive, what does that mean negative is?
It's removed. Something is removed.
Good. And when's it removed?
After the behavior.
Perfect. So we have a stimulus is removed after a behavior. Excellent. So we have reinforcement. Oh, what about punishment? What is that? What is that all about?
Decreasing the behavior.
Cool. And what is it that decreases the behavior?
The stimulus change if it's either added or removed.
Good. So perfect. So a stimulus change after the behavior that results in a decreased future rate of the behavior. So only differences between these, reinforcement is increase, punishment is decreases, positive is something is added or presented, and then negative is something that's removed. So another important thing to nail down here is the difference between a reinforcer and an aversive stimulus or punishment or punisher. So a reinforcer is a stimulus that when added after a behavior increases the rate of that behavior. But what if a reinforcer is removed after a behavior? Will that increase or decrease the behavior?
Decrease.
Good. Yeah. So that when removed after a behavior decreases the rate of that behavior. And what kind of contingency is that when we're removing a reinforcer? So what I want you to do is combine two of these terms together. So either choose positive and negative and reinforcement and punishment. So removing a reinforcer and it involves in decreased behavior. What kind of contingency is that?
Negative punishment.
Perfect. Nice, Nissa. So we can just take these definitions and kind of just copy paste them right next to each other. So a stimulus is removed after the behavior, and this results in a decreased rate of that behavior. So that's negative punishment here. And we know that this is going to be the stimulus involved is a reinforcer. So this is where it gets kind of confusing. It's like we have punishment, the behavior is decreasing, but it involves a reinforcer. And that's why, like in Beastslayer course, I have like those simple connections for all of these contingencies. So like our simple connection here is like when something cool is taken away, we're going to do the behavior less.
Yeah.
And then when we put it like that, it makes total sense. It's like, yeah, we don't want our cool stuff to go away. So I think like those easy connections are really helpful to make for each of these contingencies so you don't get too lost. And I would really focus on like really nailing down these four and knowing what they are and what they are not as well. So a lot of people like to add like positive is like added and increases future rate, but no, it's only added. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about that real quick. So what is a positive contingency that is not going to increase the rate of behavior?
Timeout.
So let's stick with like our four terms here.
Positive punishment.
Perfect. Nice. So positive punishment. We can, again, just copy paste our definitions. Stimulus is added after the behavior, and this results in a decreased rate of that behavior. And what kind of stimulus do you think is going to be involved in positive punishment? Is it going to be a reinforcer presented or an aversive stimulus presented?
It'd be aversive.
Good. Nice, nice, nice. So the stimulus involved is a punisher or aversive stimulus. And we can also make that easy connection here too. Do you want to try it actually? What would be like an easy way to think about positive punishment? Kind of similar to this one.
So basically going off the other one though, so when something negative is added, we're gonna do the behavior less.
Yeah, let's stay away from that word negative so we don't get it confused here.
Yeah.
But so like what
Something we don't like.
Yeah, so like when something shitty is added, then we're going to do the behavior less. Perfect. So yeah, whenever you're working with these types of questions, first start with like your diagram, like what is the immediate consequence of this behavior. Also think about like the past history of the consequences, because we know from the law of effect, it's like the past effects of our actions determine whether we're going to continue those. And then yeah, nail down the contingency, really separate those terms, positive, negative, reinforcement, and punishment. And then get our basic contingencies down, and then yeah, just kind of take it step by step. Go slow with these and really think about each step as you go through, because if you rush through it or try to process like all of them at once, then it's really easy to get lost in them.
Yeah, I think sometimes when I took it the last time, I focused too much on the extra details, and that's what threw me off. Trying to figure out which one it was.
For sure. Okay, last thing before we wrap this up. So we had our two different reinforcer definitions, and somebody was asking about like why we have both of these, because they're both applicable. So we need to change one or two words to get our aversive stimulus definitions down. So which words are we going to change here for this first definition?
It decreases the rate of the behavior.
Perfect. Nice. So that's like our positive punishments. Like when something shitty is added, we're going to do the behavior less. So we have the stimulus is added. We're going to do it less. Perfect. And let's take our other one here. What do we need to change about this definition?
I don't see it.
So we have a stimulus that when removed after a behavior decreases the rate of the behavior. So we need to change either removed or decreases. Which one?
Decreases.
Good. What are we going to change it to?
Increases.
Good. And what kind of contingency is it? Now we're like really playing like the abstract puzzle fill-in game here. What kind of contingency is it when we remove an aversive stimulus and that results in an increase of rate of the behavior? What kind of contingency is that?
Negative reinforcement.
Yes, you're getting it, Nissa. Hell yeah.
It's starting to click now.
Yes. We love to see it. So we have, again, we just copy paste these terms here. Stimulus is removed after a behavior. Reinforcement results in that increased rate of that behavior. And then last thing I'll have you do here, we know an aversive stimulus is removed, and then make the easy connection for me. So kind of like we did here in these last two.
Aversive stimulus is removed. When something we don't like goes away, we will engage in the behavior better?
Use a different word than better.
More.
Yeah, there we go. That's way more objective. Perfect. Nailed it. Then we're going to do the behavior more. Nailed it. So if like a buzzing sound goes away because I like tweaked my wire, then we're going to tweak the wire more because we like when the buzzing sound goes away. Negative reinforcement.
Okay.
Sweet. Nailed it. Awesome. Well, thanks so much for coming on, Nissa. This was fun.
Thank you. It all makes sense now. I appreciate it.
Yay. I'm so glad. Thanks for hanging out. And Yeah, I hope you have a great holiday week.
You too. Thanks.
Of course. Till next time.
See ya.
Peace. All right, that was fun. I love basic contingencies. This is like the most underestimated topic on the entire task list, and I don't know why people don't teach it better, because it's like everything in behavior analysis. Like, if you don't understand the three-turn contingency, it's really hard to understand anything else that's more complex. So if you want to understand the basic contingency, I spend like 3 hours or more on this in the Beastslayer course. So make sure you go check it out. It's on sale for Black Friday, only $275. So make sure you go check that out for our Black Friday sale, especially if those have been tricky for you. So go check it out. And we do have a bundle too. The complete beast mode bundle comes with everything that we offer. Comes with mini mocks, 3 full mocks, our fluency package, and the Beastslayer course on sale this week only for $425. Make sure you don't miss out on it. Alrighty. We've got one more student coming on here. This has been so fun. Thanks for everybody for continuing to hang out. We've got a great crowd here. If you haven't yet, make sure you're filling out the form. We are giving away a personal one-on-one tutoring session. All you need to do is fill out that form real quick to get your chance to win. We'll be picking the winner at the end of this stream, and we've been going for 2 hours already. We're coming to the end here. We've got Christine in the waiting room. Let's bring her on and do this. Hey, Christine, how's it going?
Hello.
How are ya?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. All right, I have here that you want to talk about Section F stuff.
Yes.
Is that still feeling groovy for tonight?
Yes.
Let's do it. All right. What's been troubling you about Section F? It's a big section.
Yes. So I just completed the section in the Beastslayer, and that was by far, I think, like the worst section that I have completed as far as the quiz. So I just like wrote a few things down, such as like with the quiz, I think I had trouble with differentiating between FA and FBA when answering those questions.
Okay. Awesome. What else?
The other quiz that we had was prioritizing the behaviors, more so when there isn't any challenging behaviors occurring, but more so all the skills itself were low.
Okay.
So, like for example, I believe some of the questions were, oh, now I'm about to draw a blank. Please don't do that. Like, you know what? I'm gonna keep on going.
Okay.
'Cause I know we're low on time. And then the difference between the concurrent operands and multiple schedules. So when I was answering a lot of
Okay.
those questions, I got them mixed up.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think we can hit all these real quick. Let's do it. Okay, so we talked about, I think it was with Katarina, we were talking about FBA versus FA a little bit. Do you recall what we talked about there?
Honestly, I was dealing with my children, trying to take a breather.
Oh,
before I
good.
got on.
No worries. So our FBA is our functional behavior assessment, and then our FA is the functional analysis.
Right.
So the trick that we were talking about earlier is that like the FBA is like 3 letters, so it's like bigger and more broad. And then the FA is like 2 letters and it's more specific. So that's like a good way to kind of just like a quick little trick to think about like the bigger differences between those, where like FBA is like the whole assessment, functional analysis is one individual part of that.
Oh, one division. Okay.
Yep. So there's 3 main components to the FBA. Do you recall what those are?
Indirect assessment, direct assessment, and Those are the only two that are ringing a bell right now.
Yeah, there's one more. The functional analysis goes into this category, and it starts with an E.
Give me another letter, Alex. I need another letter.
EX.
Extinction?
Not extinction. It's 2 words. And it's okay if you don't know it.
Yeah, we're just going to say I don't know it.
That's okay. So this is our experimental manipulation.
Oh, of course. Now I feel dumb.
That's all right. So the functional analysis is one common form of experimental manipulation.
Oh, those two. Okay.
So that's how you can kind of make that connection. So again, like the FA is more specific, and it's just that like one type of experimental manipulation that we do. What does an indirect assessment involve, or like what are some examples of that?
Like interviews, questionnaires, like maybe like reports of like IEPs and things like that.
Yeah, good. And I meant to talk about this earlier, but what is an FBA? Like, what's the purpose of an FBA?
To to understand the motivation of a behavior.
Good. And can you use a different word than motivation?
Motivate. Assessment. Do you motivate?
So what are we
No.
typically like motivated for?
Like a reinforcer.
Yeah, good. So it's assessment that is used to identify the primary reinforcers that maintain a behavior. So everybody wants to use that word function, but I think it's important to like kind of break down the word function too. So function just refers to like what are the reinforcers that keep the behavior going.
Okay.
Cool. All right, so that's the purpose of all 3 of these components here. So first we're like doing like some interviews, we're doing some questionnaires. Have you ever used an FBA interview tool such as like the FAST?
Yeah. I mainly use the mass motivation and assessment.
Okay, cool.
Skill.
Yeah, perfect. And like what kind of questions does it ask on that?
They're more like broad questions to determine the primary reinforcer for behavior. So
Yeah, what do
I
they
know,
ask?
for example, they ask like if a behavior occurs if no one is watching.
Cool.
Does it happen repeatedly?
Mm-hmm.
Does the individual seem to enjoy the behavior
Mm-hmm.
when they're engaging in it?
Yeah. Good. Yeah, good stuff. And what they'll also ask too is like how do you typically respond to the behavior? So like how does the parent like typically respond to it? So like essentially like what these questions are getting at. So the questions are getting at like what are the ABCs of the behavior. And then just like some more information about it. So like our antecedents, like what is the behavior, what the behavior looks like, and like the consequences of the behavior. Cool. And like how good is the information that you get from the indirect assessment? Is it like the most accurate, like moderately accurate, or like kind of weak?
Based on my experience, I would say sometimes it's fairly weak or not as accurate because parents or teachers are not really dissecting what I'm asking them, or they're like mixing some behaviors, especially when I'm dealing with like challenging behaviors. They often say that the same thing happens for like SIBs and tantrums.
Mm-hmm. For sure. So yeah, kind of looser accuracy. You're like just getting like what like the like observer thinks they've seen about the behavior.
Yeah.
Like from their own viewpoint and judge like biases and judgment. And so, yeah, kind of looser accuracy, not like stuff from the indirect assessment we definitely want to verify. Okay, cool. What about a direct assessment? What are like some forms of that?
We are like taking measurement data on the behavior that occurs. And
Good.
that typically comes from like us asking the caregivers or teachers what are the problem behaviors or areas of concern.
So, in a direct assessment, are we observing the client or are we just asking them about the client?
Observing.
Good. So, in direct assessment, we are actually, it's an assessment of problem behavior that involves directly observing and measuring elements of the behavior of interest. Cool. So like some tools that we can use here are basically like any of our measurement tools are totally cool to go here. So like we can do like rate, frequency, duration, partial interval, etc. Any of those go. What's another like really common form of our direct assessment? Sorry, I missed that.
No, I was, don't worry, I didn't say anything.
Okay, word.
This is where I draw a blank now.
Yeah,
So-
there's one tool that we use like really frequently to do an FBA, a direct assessment. It has something to do with our behavioral contingencies.
Oh, we're documenting what happens before and after the behavior.
Good. Yeah. Do you remember what we call that?
Antecedent behavior and consequence, or
Yeah. Yep.
okay,
Yeah, nailed it. So we call this our ABC recording.
okay.
Yep. So we are like measuring how often specific antecedents and consequences either trigger or follow the behavior. And what do we think about like the quality of direct assessment data? Is it like loose, shitty quality, or is it like decent quality, or is it like the best quality?
I'm gonna go with decent.
Good. Yeah.
And my reason for that is because I feel like the data isn't always accurate because people tend to change their behaviors when others are watching or observing.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, this is like pretty like decent like accuracy of information. So like it's better than just asking about the behavior. So we actually have like some more like we have higher quality data to work with that was like that we collected. But why isn't it perfect data? What is it missing? Why isn't it like super conclusive?
Consistency.
Maybe. It's something that we're not doing that makes it like not perfect.
Oh, we're not providing interventions, or yeah.
On the right track. So, like we're just observing the behavior, not running tests on the behavior. So this is what kind of like makes it decent and not perfect. And that's where our third element of our FBA comes in, is with our experimental manipulation. So this is when we actually like manipulate the environment surrounding a behavior to get conclusive data about what the function is of the behavior. So we mentioned earlier, like the functional analysis. This is our most common form of, not the most common form of experimental manipulation, but it is like the gold standard. If we're like really not sure and we want to like confirm it for real, this is a great way to do it. Essentially, we're not going to get too deep into the FA, but in an FA, like we're essentially like manipulating the motivating operations and reinforcers behind a behavior. And what we're doing is like we're testing different reinforcers and see which reinforcers increase the behavior the most. So if we see that if a particular reinforcer increases the behavior significantly, then we have confirmed the function of the behavior. And again, function just means the reinforcer of the behavior that keeps it going. So it's kind of like an allergy test, where it's like we expose the behavior to a bunch of different reinforcers and see what it reacts to. So that's kind of like our gold standard experimental manipulation. You don't always need to do an FA. Sometimes like you get really quality data or really like clear data with our direct assessment. And there's also like some simpler forms of experimental manipulations that you can do. So one that we talk about in Beastslayer is like the extinction, this extinction test. So let's say like if we suspect behavior has a particular function, we can put that behavior on extinction for that function and see if an extinction pattern occurs. So like a quick example, if we suspect that we have an attention maintained behavior, we can not provide attention for the behavior and see what happens. So what does that extinction pattern look like? Do you recall? So if we
describe it.
Yeah, so let's say like we have like a baseline, we have like behaviors occurring at like pretty moderate rate, and then we put it on extinction. What would we expect to happen to the behavior?
That the baseline extension, that it would continue, correct?
Not that it would continue. Something else is going to happen. Is it going to increase or decrease first?
Decrease.
So at first we're going to see what's called an extinction burst. So once we implement extinction, yeah. So once we get implement extinction, we're going to see the behavior increase. This is our extinction burst. And then if we're very persistent with extinction, then what we'll see is it'll rapidly drop off, like really steeply. And then it might occur at like every once in a while after that, but eventually it's just going to die. So this is our extinction pattern. So with with this experimental manipulation, what we're going to do is we're going to put the behavior on extinction, and then if we see this pattern occur, then we've essentially confirmed that the reinforcer is accurate. This is a really easy, quick test that you can do. Is just see like, does it burst right away and then eventually decrease if we put it on extinction? And if it does, then great. Like you just dodged an FA. You didn't have to do an FA because those can be really time consuming and also like have a lot of other bad side effects. So this is a really great, easy experimental manipulation you can do. Very practical too.
Nick, don't go too fast. Can you explain that graph one more time? Because I think that is where I am getting confused or things just aren't clicking.
Yeah. So A here is our baseline. So we have a problem behavior is occurring at like a fairly high rate. And then our phase change line here is now we're going to put that on extinction. So we're not going to provide the reinforcer that we suspect for it. And if we do that and the behavior immediately increases in both like rate and intensity and then has a rapid drop off, then we've confirmed that this is the function because this is the pattern that we would expect from extinction.
Okay.
So if let's say like another example, we do the same thing. So we have like moderately occurring problem behavior, and then we like do our like attempted extinction, and let's say like the behavior kind of just like stays around like the same level and we don't really see a burst, then we like have not confirmed function.
Okay.
Where in this first example, we would have confirmed the function. Does So quick little test that you can do with our extinction and an experimental manipulation. And see like how this like experimental manipulation, like we're actually changing something about the environment rather than just observing what's going on.
Got it.
That's like the key difference between our direct assessment and manipulation there. Cool.
Yes.
Alrighty. So yeah, hopefully that was helpful. Yeah, I would definitely focus on this because this is definitely like the meat and potatoes of Section F is like getting the
Yes.
FBAs down. So really focus on that. As far as like the reinforcer assessments, super low priority. I wouldn't worry about them too much. Get good at the FBA stuff, and you'll improve your Section F score for sure.
Okay. I can do that.
Cool.
Main focus.
Awesome. Well, cool. Thanks for hanging out, Christine. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Happy birthday.
Thank
I appreciate
you.
your help.
Of course, my pleasure. Thanks for hopping on. Catch you soon.
Yes.
All right. Okay, well, that is going to bring us towards the end of our bash. This was so fun, guys. Thanks for hanging out. We still have a great audience here. We have 120 of you guys still here, even after nerding out for over 2 hours. Oh, man. But all good things must come to an end. But before we get to an end, we I think we have like a really special giveaway to do, right? So this is your absolute last chance. If you'd like to participate in the giveaway for a tutoring session, one-on-one with Nick, we're about to give it away right now. This is your very, very last call. Go ahead and submit that form. It looks like, we've had a lot of Black Friday purchases during this stream. So thank you so much for everybody who's been picking stuff up. I'll make sure to get you in the giveaway. I've got to like hide my screens for a sec. But yeah, if our Black Friday sale is on live right now. So go check out understandingbehavior.shop to get the best deals on all of our stuff. And throughout the week, we're going to be giving away a one-on-one tutoring session every day this week. I'm super hyped. And we're going to give our first one away in just a few minutes. So let me rant at you guys while I like get my screen set up and get this giveaway set up. Yeah, we've had a lot of purchases during this stream. Thanks for everybody who's been helping to support. Thanks to all the Beastslayers that hopped on tonight. All the students who came on were already in the Beastslayer course, and they got this special opportunity to hang out live with me. So that was super cool. I love hanging with the students, and you guys were great. You guys asked some amazing questions. Hopefully, we made some more stuff click tonight. And yeah, super freaking fun. While I'm setting this up, I'll take a couple. If you guys have any like a couple more questions, I'm might take one or two in chat while I get the rest of this giveaway set up. And again, last call for the form. If you want to drop, your let me find the link one more time. If you want to drop your information into the giveaway form. This is like literally your last call. So go ahead and do that. How can you get a one-on-one with Nick? You got to fill out that form. We're giving away 6 of those this week. So every day we're going to have a new form on the Understanding Behavior shop. And we're going to be giving away one every day. So make sure you're keep on visiting understandingbehavior.shop and fill out those forms. Yeah, there's a chance to win one every day. A couple rules apply, but they're all in the form. You can go check those out. And yeah, you guys have like another like 45 seconds for that. We have a question here. Can I explain the resurgence? Yeah, resurgence is another extinction effect. And resurgence occurs when we teach a replacement behavior. And now that behavior is no longer reinforced. And what that does is that it causes our original problem behavior to come back. So let's say we like taught somebody like how to ask for a break. And now, and that was like replacing like some screaming. And let's say it is escape maintain. So we had escape maintain screaming. And we taught them to ask for a break. And now resurgence would occur if we no longer reinforce that request for a break. And what that's going to do is it's going to cause the requesting for a break to go down, and it's going to cause the screaming to come back. So that's our resurgence. Super fun. So quick definition for that is when a replacement behavior is no longer reinforced, then if replacement behavior is no longer reinforced, then the original problem behavior will come back. I see some people submitted this form twice. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, somebody submitted it 3 times. Oh my gosh. Somebody submitted it 4 times. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I might just take this person out of the giveaway. They submitted it 6 different times. That does not work. You get 1 shot at this. It does not work. Don't do that to me. All right. I think I've got this all set up. It's going to be really anticlimactic. Actually, I need to delete a few more. All right. Let me see what else you guys are asking. Keep mixing resurgence up with spontaneous recovery. So spontaneous recovery is just like the behavior comes back for like no apparent reason. So, yeah, that's all that is. Where resurgence, so a good way to differentiate between those, resurgence has a clear trigger, which is that replacement behavior is no longer getting reinforced, where we have spontaneous recovery is that it's just spontaneous. So just use that word spontaneous like normal English. That's a really great study trick in general. It's like if you don't know what something is, like put it into plain English and like see if you can make sense of it. So like spontaneous recovery occurs spontaneously. Who would have thought? It occurs for no apparent trigger. That's a really good way to differentiate between those. We got Idiana testing on the 10th. I need you. Well, good luck. Good luck. I know. I almost there's somebody who submitted the form 6 times. I almost just deleted them totally, but I was nice and I kept them in. I'm being really nice today. Usually that's just gonna get you an automatic outie, but I was really nice and kept them in. I know. I almost disqualified them. But we're being nice. All right. I've got this. I think I've got my form totally set up here. The form is officially closed. Nobody else is winning. And we're about to pick our winner. I just need like 2 seconds. It's going to be like really anticlimactic. Because I'm just going to paste the email onto my notepad. Well, good luck, everybody. We have 166 people in this raffle. Here's what I'll do. I've got everybody in alphabetical order by their email. I don't want to dox everybody and have everybody's email shown. So what I'm going to do is, if you know, like, generally where your email is alphabetically, there's 166 people, then we're going to do our random number generator, and it, like, might be you. I know. 6 times, seriously. I thought the same thing. You guys should know by now, multiple guesses do get disqualified here. Like, don't even try. Don't even try. Okay. So we're doing a random number, 1 to 166. Are you guys ready? I don't know if you guys are ready. You guys ready? Should we pick our winner? You're like closest Zoom call. Nobody else is coming on. All right, a couple of you guys are ready. I don't. Are you guys actually ready? I don't know. How many likes do we have in this video? I haven't even checked this whole stream. Viewer activity. Oh, we have Natsumi gave me $2. That's amazing. Thanks for the $2. I appreciate you. Nobody ever like does super chats in here. I love that. I don't know why YouTube like not even telling me the likes. Oh, we have 107 likes on the video. That's pretty good. All right. Okay, good. Looks like you guys might be ready. Christina, been trying to win something forever. Maybe this is your chance. Oh my gosh. All right, who's going to get this one-on-one tutoring session with Nick? Thank you guys for still being here. We have over 100 of you guys still here. If you haven't hit the like button yet, then do it, because that's awesome. All right, here we go. We're doing it. We're picking a name. We've got 34. Dun, dun, dun. Who is 34? I found them. You know who it is? Is it you? Is it you? I'll tell you who it is. Our winner for the tutoring session is Claris1 at yahoo.com. Let's see who you actually are. Claris. sorry, anticlimactic. If you're Claris1, congratulations, you won. I'm trying to find what your real name is. Hold on. I'll find it. Are you in chat? Let's see. Are you in chat? Is it you, London? Somebody said me. It's Jolanda Weems. Jolanda Weems is our winner. Congratulations. Congratulations. You just won a one-on-one tutoring session with Nick. Let's see. Are you here? There's like 5 people saying it's you. It's me. Is Jolanda here? Oh my god, you guys are so funny. Well, congratulations, Jolanda is our winner. I'm gonna send her an email. She is the winner of the tutoring session. But that was our special giveaway. I mean, we might have to do like another giveaway. What do you guys think? Everyone's saying it's me. No, it's not you. Sorry, unless your name is Jolanda Weems, it's not you. You don't need to be present to win. All right. I mean, it is the Behavior Birthday Bash. We might have to do another giveaway. But remember, we're going to be doing 5 more of these tutoring session giveaways. So make sure you're visiting Understanding Behavior Shop every day this week. Get your name in there. And yeah, maybe you can hang out with me for a full hour. We can talk about whatever you want. It'll be so much fun. I can't wait. It's going to be super cool. Yeah, birthday bash. Birthday bash. We got to get that cheer going. All right, you got to be at home cheering. Birthday bash. Birthday bash. All right. Anyway, we'll do one more giveaway. What are we feeling? No, I'm going to make this really spicy. You guys want a spicy giveaway? It's the Behavior Birthday Bash. I mean, it's Nick's birthday. I mean, we got to get spicy, right? Right? All right, here's the thing. If you're the winner here, you can choose any product on here that you want. The only exception, you can't get the complete Beast Mode bundle. But you can get any product, or you can't get tutoring either. Because Molly and Crystal are really busy. So you can't get tutoring. You can't get the complete Beast Mode bundle. But if you wanted the Beastslayer course, it's yours. If you want the Super Ultimate Mock Bundle, it's yours. We're doing one winner. We are going to do a tiebreaker for this. But the winner's going to get any product on this page. The only exception, no tutoring, no complete Beast Mode. If you're like, I already have everything, I want a shirt, I'll send you a shirt. We'll do that. If you want the Beastslayer course, if you don't have it, I would highly recommend that. It's definitely the best product on here. But if you're just looking for some mocks, Super Ultimate Mock Bundle is a great choice. Birthday Bash, let's do this. All right. How many people we got here? We have 94 people still here. 116 likes on the video. That's pretty good. All right, here's what we're doing. My favorite number is 4. So we're going to make this out of 4, 4, 4. Do we add another 4? No, we're doing it 3 4s. 1 to 444. Winner can get any product on this page, only exceptions, no complete beast mode, no tutoring. Anything else, fair game. If you need that Beastslayer course, get it. there's no argument. That's the best thing on here by far. All right, 1 to 444. Let's see what you guys got. Throw those numbers in. 1 guess per person. Multiple guesses will be disqualified. If you want the shirt, I think we only have. We only have large, XL, and 2XL left. So keep that in mind if you want the shirt. But the shirts are great. If you want me to tank it up for you, I mean, that's really cool. So I'll even tank it up for you. Let me know. Only cool people tank up their understated behavior shirts. Nobody is taking me up on it. We've sold like, I think we printed like 100 of those shirts. No, I don't know how many we printed. It was less than 100, but it was a lot. We printed a bunch of those shirts. Nobody tanked theirs up except me. So I don't. But if you're really cool, you'll tank it up. All right, let's go to the next page. Again, winner for this giveaway can get any product on this list. Ooh, we have somebody put 2 guesses in. They're getting disqualified. Don't do that. Don't do it. Don't do it. I will find you out. You will not win. One number, 1 to 444. We're going to close this in just a second. If you win, you can get the Beastslayer course. You can get anything on this product list. Only exceptions are no tutoring because Crystal and Molly are sold out, and no complete beast mode bundle. Anything else, fair game. All right, Grace, you're disqualified. It's too many numbers. Grace, you have like 8 numbers there. All right, we're picking it. We're picking it. Yulina's going to be our last guess here. All right, number is 142. 142. Who's close? I see 137. That's pretty close. Somebody else we got. 142. 142. Help me out here, Tyler. We've got a lot of guesses here. 147. Oh, it's 137. That was pretty close. Yeah, help me out here, chat. I'm trying to find 142. Who guessed? Ooh, we've got Ner 6353 143. Oh man, that is tight. That is close. Oh, yeah, 145. But 143, I think, is gonna take it. Let's see, Ner 6353. Is that your only guess? Remember, multiple guesses are disqualified. Let's see, Ner. I think Ner's got it. Help me out here, chat. Yeah, Nurse 6353. You know it. You're here. Wait, Claddy's score looks like 142. They were too late. They were way too late. Way too late. Looks like Nurse 6353 is our winner. Congratulations. All right. To claim your prize, send us an email, understandingbehaviorofficial@gmail.com. Congratulations. Cletus was too late. No, just no. But Nerd 6353 is our winner for this one. Nerd 6353 handle is our winner. Get the beast mode, or sorry, get the Beastslayer course or anything else that you might want on this product list. The only exception is the complete beast mode. All right, that is hype. Congratulations. We'll be having our Black Friday sale going on this whole week. Again, check out understandingbehavior.shop to get the best deals on all of our stuff. It works. You're gonna pass if you use it right. Nice. Nerd's gonna get the Beastslayer course. Fuck yeah, love it. That's amazing. I'm glad you needed it. You're gonna love it. It's such an amazing course. All right, but thank you guys so much for hanging out for this behavior birthday bash. We're not gonna do one until my next birthday, which is like 1 year from now, or 364 days from now. So that's a long time. So thanks for being here for this super special event. Check out the shop. We're going to be doing the testing. We're going to be doing the giveaways for the tutoring sessions all this week too. Check out the form. There's going to be new forms on the page each day. Each day you get a new chance to win. So sign up for those. If you purchase anything on the shop, you'll be automatically signed up, so don't worry about signing up twice. And if you no purchase necessary to participate, you can just sign up and win. Sweet. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate all the love. Birthday was hype. This was even more hype, to be honest. I think I had more fun at this than I did. I don't know, I had a lot of fun on my birthday yesterday, right? Like a super low-key day, just like took the dog to the park and like went on a nice bike ride. It was really lit. I had a great time. It was all I needed. And I ate pizza. I love pizza. And I had key lime pie. It was so good. Nice. Oh, Janelle, happy birthday to you as well. No codes needed for Black Friday. All the sales are just right there. But if you want to use code UBNerd, you can get another 10% off. And I'm not telling that to everybody. So yeah, these are the Black Friday prices. They're really good. They're typically more. If you want to get a bigger discount, you can use that code though. All right. Well, it's tough to say goodbye, but again, all good things must come to an end. Thanks so much for hanging out. I feel really loved. I had a ton of fun. Hopefully you learned a few things at the Behavior Birthday Bash. And yeah, my birthday was yesterday. I love Truly Sucks. Woo, we're birthday buddies. Love that. Happy birthday. And yeah, this was super lit. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all of your support. Yeah, Yelena, send us an email. We'll hook you up with a code for Beastslayer renewal for sure. But yeah, this was so lit. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for supporting me. Hopefully you learned a few things. Hopefully you had a good time. To everybody who is on the forum today, I'll be sending out the notes from today's stream to you as well. So another just little thank you for being here. Yeah, I'm a Sagittarius boy. I know I'm not super into the star chart thing, but I'm actually a triple Sagittarius. Take that for whatever you think that means, but people say it definitely lines up. Anyway, you guys rule. Thanks so much for being here. All good things must come to an end, and that's gonna be this stream right now. So have a great Thanksgiving. Have some good time with your family, and I will see you next week, Thursday, for some super fun experimental design action. All right, take care, everybody. Bye.